Hi there, and welcome to this episode of Write With Me at IELTS Juice. We have an essay to plan for, and the rubric here says, in the future, oh, it's an interesting one. We're going to talk about the future. People may no longer be able to pay for things in shops using cash. Imagine that the banknotes you have, when you count them and you put them on the counter, and in return you receive fruits, vegetables, milk, bread, rice, whatever it is that you're buying from from a local shop, from a local supermarket or a grocery store. It will not be able to happen anymore in the future. You may have cash in your hand, but when you put them on the counter, they will not give you anything. They ask for another form of payment. What other form of payments? All payments may have to be made by card or using phones. Aha, so you need to pay either by a plastic card, debit card, credit card. It can be MasterCard, Visa card, American Express, whatever it is. And maybe some local banks provide you with Visa cards, MasterCards. That's fine. And debit cards, a lot of them are out there. So all these payments have to be made by either this or on your phone. You have Google Pay or Apple Pay, and you just show them your phone, and that's it. The transaction will be done. Interesting. That's an interesting future. Well, yeah. Some people might agree, some people might disagree. But anyway, that's my opinion. It's an interesting topic. I really like this rubric. Let's look at the questions, the essay types. It says, do you think this will happen one day? Ah, we get the chance to actually say this, if this is a utopian style of shopping or dystopian style. Is it going to be all good and beautiful? It's just this bright future ahead of us? Or no, everything will be monitored and controlled. Everybody will know what you had for breakfast today. It is government surveillance, servers, AI, and it's a very, very dark future. I totally understand that. So that's the topic we need to discuss. And the second question, why do you think some people might not be happy to give up using cash? I just explained some of it. But cash is convenient. We know that, and it gives you freedom, flexibility. You can pay for whatever you want, good and bad, good and bad. So that's what we need to go through. From the IELTS perspective, there are two questions, and both of them need to be properly addressed and developed. And this is a two-part question. It's, I'm sure as you can see, it's none of the conventional ones. It's not necessarily an opinion essay or a discussion-led essay, or I don't know, find a cause and effect type, advantage, disadvantage type. This is a two-part question. You have two questions, completely independent, and they need to have a little bit of your love, a little bit of your attention. So you need to address those questions with your beautiful English. So let's begin. How do I start? You know me, as always, I start with an attention grabber. So my attention grabber here would be something like, I love those two words, utopian and dystopian. But if you don't know, you can start by saying, in not too distant future, you may not be able to pay for your grocery store items with the money in your hand. I know, it seems that I'm paraphrasing the rubric, but at the same time, what I'm doing is showing that, hey, well, this is also a catchy phrase. What? The people will react. What? The money is in my hand. Why don't you take it? Take it and give me my milk. Give me my bread, my rice. Come on. No. That's a good attention grabber. again, that's a suggestion. There are some public knowledge about the year 2077, you know, the cyber life in the future. I'm sure if you look it up, you will see some videos and some words about it. This dystopian slash, you know, super modern lifestyle. You can just look it up if you know that. If you know a more academic approach like utopian, dystopian, use that. If you don't know any of them, that's fine. You don't have to write an attention grabber. You can start by writing a connecting info immediately afterwards. What does a connecting info do here? The connecting info's life in this introduction should be devoted to making sure what you are talking about. So you need to go to the second part of the first sentence, which says all payments may have to be made, by credit card, by plastic cards, or by phone. This sentence should be devoted to, oh yeah, there will be this method, which is you kind of need to a little bit reveal what you believe, but we still have one more sentence. So whether you agree with this or you disagree with this, whether you believe it's a positive thing or a negative thing, whether you say, yes, this is the future, or no, this is not the future, you need to have already decided which one it is, and then write this connecting info part. So maybe that's a good idea now. I have these two elements. Before we write the connecting info, make sure you say, do you think this will happen one day? Just you and me. Do you think it will happen one day? I'm going to say yes. You might say no, because of some reasons, which are legitimate. It doesn't matter which one you choose. I'm going to say yes for the sake of this video. So I'm going to say goodbye to this one. I'm going to put yes here. Actually, maybe better here, yeah, to tell everybody, all right, yes, I believe this is the future. And then I will construct my connecting info based on this information, that this is a very possible future which people will be able to pay with digital currency, not with paper money or with any currency, any physical currency in their hands. And also, bear in mind that there will be some people who will resist that. That's the second part. We are not going to make this introduction any larger. The last thing here, which is going to be the most important sentence of your entire essay, is going to appear here. And it is, yes, I believe this is a very probable scenario, and acknowledge that not everybody will be happy with this. Don't get into details yet. Just mention that yes, you believe it's probable, and then, the second one, why do you think some people might not be happy to give up using cash? That should appear here. All right, that's very, very beautifully done. What I'm going to say is that the first paragraph, we have two questions. I'm going to devote 2 paragraphs. You can add one more, but just one body paragraph. This one is going to be devoted to your opinion, whether this is going to be a possibility or not, which I believe, yes, this is the future. And I'm going to talk about that here. I am going to talk about the future, the possible future, with some information. I'm going to add some details. So you don't have to defend your reason. You can, but I will tell you why in the next body paragraph. You can, of course, say reasons. You can come up with a reason instead of details. But bear with me. This is okay. Saying reasons is fine. This is also okay, but this is a slightly better approach. So stay with me, I'm going to explain it here. So when you say, yes, it is a probable future, start by looking at the trends. Give historic information, how it was difficult to carry gold coins, heavy, so we replace them with paper. Now imagine if you want to buy something, you have to print paper. Paper is expensive, paper is valuable, trees are valuable. So make sure this is something we need to address. And we are addressing it by minimizing the number of cash in circulation, the amount of cash that people carry with themselves. So this is a good way. And then this one is also something valuable you add by saying this is the technology. Everybody now has access to smartphones and with any shape and form and size. So they can make payments using their smartphones, and they actually really do not need to physically exchange things at a shop counter. So there we go. You can talk about the details here. You may even talk about the speed. This type of transaction is very fast, hyper speed. Other transactions, well, not so. And you have to go to the bank, get cash. Sometimes it's difficult. You take the cash, you go to the place physically, you put the paper money on the counter, then you receive the items. So go ahead and explain, give details why you believe this is the future. Now the second one is going to talk about, why do you think some people might not be happy with this and they don't like to give it up? For this, you need to come up with some reasons. They prefer anonymity, to remain anonymous. They hide their identity, for good or for bad. Freedom. They can buy whatever they want, whenever they want, anywhere they go. It's easy. It's for them, for this specific group of people, and they enjoy the freedom that it brings. If you may go to a village, the village is, well, just you want to pay for some local cheese. Okay, that shop may not have an electronic POS or point of service. So what happens? You're not going to buy cheese. You believe it's healthy, very natural. You don't have to always go to the same grocery store to buy your items. So that would be a very good argument. And add some reasons. You can add more reasons, of course. Go for that. It's optional. My suggestion is to come up with two. IELTS doesn't say like make it plural. It just says why, and you can basically come up with one reason. But since we are focusing on two paragraphs, this is fine. You can make it chunkier, larger, so you can come up with reasons. But remember, one sentence for topic sentence. You introduce the reason, you develop the reason. 2 sentences minimum. Development means you come up with an example. You introduce it and then you develop it. Minimum 2 sentences. Here again, minimum 2 sentences. You can say 1 sentence introduction of the reason, the second one development, and then the third one is an example. That would be also a good approach. In that case, you can come up with only 2 reasons, and that's even better. It's even better to write 2 reasons, but they are very well developed, than 3 reasons, but they are not completely developed. Because all it takes at IELTS is just one poorly developed main idea. If you develop this one well, develop this one well, but this one is not developed, your score will go down. This is serious. Make a decision how many reasons you are going to put. You can say one, my suggestion is two, but fully develop them. If you want to come up with three, you have to develop it just as well as the previous ones. Very, very important. Okay. And then finally, we are going to paraphrase our thesis statement. Our thesis statement was to say that, yeah, do you remember my opinion was yes, it is going to happen. This is a yes. We repeat that again. And we repeat the reasons A and B just as a label over here, just as a label. You need to learn that each sentence, each idea has a label. If you say remain anonymous, okay. Secrecy, privacy, anonymity is key. These are the three letters I just said. One of them can be your choice of label, and you put it label. Reason A is one label. Reason B, another label. What? Freedom of movement. And so this is this freedom, this comfort, again, comes with cash. We will already have two sentences because you are going to say one sentence is the opinion and one sentence are the reasons that you're going to put over here. But if you seriously need another sentence to make sure that your conclusion is really conclusion, go for some prediction in the future and say that this style of payment will be the dominant payment system in the future, whether we like it or not. And it will happen not just for grocery shopping, but even if you want to buy a car, it's just you go to a car dealership, you use your plastic card, they give you the key, you get in, or maybe not even a key, they just register your fingerprints or your voice recognition, your voice for voice recognition, and then just sit in the car and say start, and the car will start and you go. Or as soon as you put your fingerprint on the steering wheel, the car will start working and you can go home with your newly purchased car. So anyway, don't make those examples. No examples, please, in the conclusion. No new information. Just simply say that the same methodology will happen for other businesses, or this payment system will not be limited just for grocery shopping, but in other areas. Just simply say other areas. Do not say anything specific. Remember, this is a conclusion. No new information, no examples, please. If you wish to see a sample on this, click over here. If you wish to see other videos like this where we plan for task 1s and task 2s, click over here. And don't forget, eat healthy.